Welcome to the Not Nerd Show. I'm Nate Heath, and we are here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor.
Howdy there, my friend. How's it going?
Hello. Good.
I got my beanie on.
Yeah.
I got my water flowing over here in a beautiful way.
Nice.
I'm starting to build out my grid wall. I got some iPods up there, various colors. Nate, I've been working on my collection. I've been adding some things to it. So
Yeah.
what about you? It looks like you are based in a nice Norman Rockwell painting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I'm in the mountain. There's a little snow, a little drone Dave outside,
Oh yeah.
wishing he could come in.
Let that guy come in.
It has been cold outside. We got a little...
Not to talk weather.
No, trying to summon Elliot in from down under because he loves those weather reports on the show.
This is what it is here in my garage office.
64.
And it was 10 degrees cooler when I arrived this evening.
Yeah, that's what we need to be doing is checking in with our room weather.
Yeah, I love these things.
Previous pick of the week right there.
I do wish that I had one of these that had an outdoor sensor.
Yeah.
Because I have the outdoor sensor, but you have to use your phone to look at it.
Oh, I just use my menu bar and figure wherever it's pulling weather from is close enough. 41 outside.
Oh, I just thought of something. And that I'm not sure whether I should say it or not, but I think maybe in the future we'll have a surprise for the outdoor cam.
Nice. I like it.
Everyone's going to be looking forward to that.
Ebbs 100 in the chat. 64 is way too cold.
It is. And we're not talking Celsius here. We're in Fahrenheit.
Yes.
It is too cold.
It is. Well, I do have a hat on. I've been going through some of my older boxes of hats. And this week we have Sheriff's Paws and Jaws.
What? I don't understand. What is that?
Sheriff's Paws and Jaws. Let's Google it real time.
Paws like
it does not come up when I Google it. This is a older hat from the collection.
Yeah.
There is not a result on Google if I put quotation marks around what this hat says.
Wow.
0 results.
We need to fix that. What you need is on one of your web pages a list of all your hats.
Yes.
And then if somebody Googles that, it'll bring it to your hat page.
Yes, a secret not nerd page to bring some traffic in. I'm working on hat stuff. So many projects. Please give me another project. No, that is crazy that if you search for that phrase, there's not usually you get 37 million results for anything you search for, but not this one. So
I'm going to try it
happened at some point.
I use DuckDuckGo, so.
Oh yeah, see if it's being censored. I see a Jaws Sheriff Canine Jaws and Paws laser engraved picture.
I found Paws and Stripes College at BrevardSheriff.com. So it's kind of interesting.
Oh, it looks like Jaws and Paws is a thing for canine units. Jaws with paws enforcing the law, but not paws with paws and jaws.
There's paws and claws.
This is why people tune in.
Yeah, I mean...
Let us know in the comments how exciting this Sheriff's Paws and Jaws chatter is.
Hold on a second. I got Paws and Jaws pet groomers in Hesperia on a Facebook page. Hesperia, California. Paws and Jaws. I wonder if Sheriff is a name of a town. Like Sheriff's Paws and Jaws.
That is a great question.
Well, thanks for tuning into the Animal and Police podcast.
Yeah, well, that's definitely some not nerd talk. But Dave, I did want to check in as yesterday was Cyber Monday. I did get a few Cyber Tuesday emails.
I got a Cyber Week email.
Cyber Week emails.
I knew they wouldn't stop on Monday. They can't help themselves. Then it's going to be the week after Cyber Week deals, and then the 3 week before Christmas deals.
Yeah.
So
yeah, lots of deals out there. I did look up. I was talking to a friend of the show, Wes, earlier today, and he was asking about. We were talking last week those crazy AirPods deals they had going on. The Pros 2 for $154.
Yeah,
which I checked, and I think they're up to 170 now, which is still a great deal.
still good.
But he had a great question that I looked up for him.
Who is
he
this?
Was asking again? Wes.
Oh, Wes, yes.
He was asking if, because he has the AirPods Pro version 1, he was asking if the AirPods 4 had the same water resistance as the Pros, because he was thinking about getting some new ones. And I looked it up, and the AirPods 4, as I think the AirPods 3, AirPods 4, and the Pro models all have the same water resistance, because that was something. He was saying that a friend had their AirPods go through the wash a couple times. So he was asking for a friend on that.
Must have been his wife.
Yes.
Yeah, there's been some discussion in there in the chat.
Yeah. Hey, Grandma's in. Nate's cap equals Dave's speechless. And coming soon, Cyber Year. It will be here.
It'll just be
all deals all the time.
When everybody's super, nobody is. When every day is a discount day, no day is.
Yes.
That's the way it goes.
It is. Well, let's move on to our main topic of the week. It was something that I heard some podcasts talking about and lots of news stories on, but Australia has voted on a social media ban for all children under 16. Now, this is a first of a kind total ban. There has been other ones for limiting social media. Florida has tried to do some stuff statewide, but as far as a nationwide total ban on any social media access for children under 16, and which is just wild. And the law forces tech giants from Instagram and Facebook owner Meta to TikTok to stop minors logging in or face fines up to 45 million Australian, which is 32 million with an M US. A trial of methods to enforce it will start in January, with the ban to take effect in a year.
How are they going to enforce this?
I mean, they've got these fines, but 50 million, so 32 million.
That's like a week's worth of revenue for these companies.
Do they just say, fine us? That's
they need to start linking these fines to the amount of like yearly income, like 10% of your income or 20% of that would get people's attention.
Well, and I think the EU, with some of their digital Markets Act or whatever, the DMA, whatever that big EU one, they could fine up to some ungodly portion of your global revenue.
Yeah.
So if you are, Facebook, that's making 100 billion with a B, let's say, they could take 40 billion just for the EU stuff. So that would bite. But there was, there's a lot of mixed feelings on this. For one, it would be very tough to enforce that. I was reading another article where they were talking about, that brain freeze.
I'll switch over while Nate is having his stroke.
Yes.
Let's discuss.
No, they were talking about, different reactions, kind of man on the street responses, and kids were saying, well, we'll just find a way around it.
Well, they'll just lie about their age. This has been a topic of much discussion on podcasts. Is how do you get somebody's age verified in a population of people? Because you can always just lie. So
yes, and I was seeing that if they did do something where you have to like upload a picture of your ID and do all that verification, well, then they're getting verification for every single person in the country and all
Yeah.
this personal
And
information.
that's
So there's,
overreach. I don't want Facebook to
yeah,
have all that information. They already have way too much anyway.
yes, yes. So there is some strong questions on whether or not this will happen, and just the amount of effort that would have to go into this
Hey, Grandma has a
is.
bunch of questions there in the
Oh
chat.
yeah, yeah. She wanted to know why do the AirPods need to be water resistant? Back to that, because if you drop them into water or running in the rain, you can go swimming with them. They're
What if you
just
drop them in the
splash
toilet
proof. Well, that would be another option, or
or you
going through
wash
the
them?
washing machine.
Yeah.
But yeah, how can that kind of law be enforced? Which we kind of answered. Great question.
It
That
cannot
has
be.
not been shown. Yeah, so it's a pretty extreme law, especially for a whole country to do that. But yeah, as she says, very big brotherish. But in
Yeah.
principle, should kids underneath, under a certain age, be on social media, which the
They should
next
not be.
article I had that was related to this that I came across was TikTok will ban teenagers, that was my teenager impression,
You did a great
uh,
job.
yeah, from using beauty filters.
I got to tell you, those beauty filters, I'm not a fan of them at
I
all.
I
I don't
have
know why
a
women think they look better with those because they do not.
yes, yes. Oh, we're adding the chat onto the
Why
the window
not?
there.
Why
Why
not?
not
I can
get it
do all kinds.
involved?
Here, let's do this.
And
We're-
Grandma says that the toilet thing rings a bell with me. I've dropped not one but two phones in the toilet. Yes,
Ouch. Yeah,
one
that's
of
not
the
good.
benefits of water resistance on the phones. But
Yeah.
yeah, so the beauty filters. I have a Facebook friend. I will not say if they are an in-law or not, that seemingly doesn't post a picture without them. I actually have another kind of a friend of a friend on Facebook that seemingly always posts pictures with beauty filters on, and I saw them live in person once at a store and had to take a double take because I was like, oh yes, that's what they look like in real life. I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
not.
you can have some fun with them if you're doing like something fun, but the constant use of them, it looks so obvious to me that you're trying to be somebody that you're not.
We
And
should have planned ahead
and
and
oh,
put some
come on
filters
now.
on. Put some
Yes, put
filters on.
a beauty filter. But yeah, it says in the article a distorted worldview, which I think it is. And so they're going to
It
be
is.
working to do some restrictions on that for accounts under the age of 18. And the last thing we need to be doing is giving impressionable children more of a distorted worldview. There's plenty of that to go around. And we've talked about this in the past, but as far as a total block on social media for kids and everything, I think that we have typically come back around to the fact of parenting is a good thing,
What now?
and yeah, personal responsibility or parental responsibility. So I came up with, you'll be excited about this, Dave, Meta's parenting tips for social
Oh
media.
boy, because they're the ones who know
Yeah,
all about parenting.
the gold standard. So they've got some tips here. Take the time to learn how your teens use social media. Find a social media parenting style that works for you and your family.
Hmm.
Explore privacy settings together. Discuss when to report content and when to unfollow or block users.
Hmm.
Set up supervision on Instagram. Now, that is one tip. A lot of these services do have parental controls where you can do a lot of this stuff. Privacy checkups for your Facebook account. Enable parental controls on devices and apps. It's another good one. Build trust with openness.
Hmm.
Now, there's one that some people can learn.
If only we could just automatically build trust with our children. Huh.
Yes. Set and enforce boundaries. Nobody on this planet needs to work on boundaries. And tip 10, cuts with a knife. Set a good example.
Yes, this is hard for every parent, and I'm pretty sure I'm speaking for the majority. My I'll use my wife as an example.
Yes.
It would be, hey, you kids need to like turn that stuff off and go outside and play or read a book or whatever. But mom, you're on your thing. I'm ordering curtains or I'm adding things to the calendar or whatever. We have to get past that because the kids, one, they probably don't believe us. But two, it's still you're on the device. No matter what you're doing, whatever your context is, it's still a thing. So leading by example means not accomplishing the things that you deem important to be an example to be off your devices. And it's hard. Yes. We did not do a good job when we were rearing children. So that's why they're both in prison now, you know.
It happens. It happens. But they also, at the bottom of that article, there's a link to the Family Online Safety Institute, old fosi.org, and they have some videos there on hashtag good digital parenting, which is something that I need to take to heart and do some stuff. One thing, Isla, she's on YouTube watching Minecraft videos and everything, and she started commenting on the videos. She's like, oh, that wasn't Taylor Swift, that was so-and-so, or because they're trying to get comments by doing things in their videos. And so we've had some conversations just on, you know, what's appropriate, what's not. And, you know, if people are commenting back to you, how to respond to that. I do get all the responses to comments from her YouTube account. But yeah, there's so many layers on this, like all technology. The whole reason we started this podcast, because it's also confusing, but we're far enough into social media that it's time to start thinking through some of this stuff. And depending on what ages your kids are, she's not necessarily on social media, but she is on YouTube with comments. And that's something that you need to be aware of. But yeah, it looks like that fosi.org is a good resource. I'm going to add that into the show notes in case you're looking for that. One other thing I wanted to touch on while we're on this, social media is going to end everything, is a favorite link from the past, the Pessimists Archive.
Oh, really? Their website's looking pretty, what's the word?
Oh, if you say no thanks there, it'll go past the email newsletter prompt there. But
I can't both use the web and keep my chat window open at the same time. Does that annoy anybody but me? It probably
does. Yes, and there's a little teaser for just the headlines there in the center, but you know, they've got all of these archives. If you go down from you know, talking about skateboarding, Norway makes skateboarding against the law.
Aeroplanes, airships, and beta bias.
The forgotten war on beepers. And they pull all these classic headlines of all these times when what's the phrase for it that Jeff Jarvis always uses? Why am I blanking on that?
I'm not sure. Outrage or something?
Moral outrage, something like that. Yeah. But yeah, the Pessimist Archive is an amazing archive of things in the past. You know, bicycles are going to be the end, or, you know, records or books. There were plenty of stories on how books were going to ruin society.
And people are reading the paper on subways instead of talking to each other.
Yes, all that stuff there. So a good reminder that moral panic at the morals. Yes, real Dr. RIP VHS producer Todd has entered the chat, and I did a podcast episode with him on the Mark and Toddcast where we talked about the Pessimist Archive and this idea of moral panic.
Wait, did Todd make this website?
he did not, but he could have.
He could have.
Yes, but it is. is a fun one.
Get off my cloud. Wait, no.
Going back to what encourages Isla to comment on YouTube videos, we just say enough wrong stuff and we summon people into the comments to correct us.
Yeah. That's how we get participation, is just saying stupid things and then people come on to comment. We know they're correct. We just say the wrong thing all the time.
Yeah, it helps to be wrong sometimes. But yeah, the social media ban, yes, children and adults should probably be on social media less, or at least some people. As with anything, gambling, sugar, anything in life, you need to take a look at, is this benefiting me? Is this a good use of my time? Look at the holistic cost of social media. Hey, Grandma, bringing the editors out of the woodwork. Yes, that is what we do. And you know what should bring everybody out of the woodwork? Dave's Pro Tip of the Week.
Well, this week, ladies and gentlemen, men and women, germs, ladies and germs. What is? Anyway, I don't know all the things you're supposed to say. I have tried to build a smart home here. Looking around, you might think, well, that looks pretty smart with this stuff going on. But I'm talking about, plugs, cameras, what am I missing here? Light bulbs, those type of things.
Yeah.
And, formerly I was very on board with the Alexa products from Amazon, because Alexa works with everything. It's like, no, you be quiet over there. Okay. She's going to start talking to me. But I found that I found frustrations with more and more products, and being embedded in the Apple ecosystem, I also discovered that more and more products are available. We talked about the Matter standard, I think even last week and then weeks prior. And I'm getting more and more products that support that. I bought that smart plug that you talked about, which is Matter compatible. I have it out there running my backyard lights. But controlling all these things through the Apple Home device can kind of be a chore sometimes. And I noticed in Apple Home, if you use this, you'll know what I'm talking about. But maybe there are those out there who just don't even know what this is about. So part of it will be just explaining what it is, but also how to make it not so crazy. Because Apple always does things that they think is best for the user. And if you're any type of power user, you're like, what is happening here? So here is my example. I'm going to bring up my phone here. So here we are. Yes, it's 40 degrees outside, et cetera, et cetera. But if you swipe down from the right corner, upper right corner, you'll get the control panel. Now, keep in mind that I am running iOS 18.1.1. So you have to be running iOS 18 for this little gem to work. Otherwise, you just have one. And actually, I think I can show that. Can I? Yeah. So if you're, check this out. If you're on 17 and below, you just have this, and you can edit it and change things around or whatever, but you have to go to your settings to do it. It's a big pain in the butt. Well, with the new one, you can have pages of stuff on here.
Yes. And
I'm touching the wrong phone, which is, I'm like, why isn't it working?
Oh, Johnny Two Phones over there.
Johnny Two Phones. So here's, like, I've designed this main screen, and you tap and hold, and you can move things around, and then you can add different screens. Like, here's the screen here, and there's the screen there I was working on. So this is the screen that is kind of a default screen. It's the home screen for Apple Home. And I would notice that, like, this good night thing in the upper right-hand corner would be in the bottom left-hand corner. And my driveway lights that's up in the upper left-hand corner would be down in the middle somewhere. And I'm just like, why is this thing moving around? Well, Apple kind of decides where these go based on when they think you're going to use them and what's going to be your next thing and what time of the day it is and where you are in all these different contexts. People don't work that way. The way people work is good morning is always in the bottom left-hand corner. Always.
Yes.
Not moving
Muscle
around.
reflex.
What the heck? This contextual garbage that they keep trying to push on us. So my remedy was to build my own. And you think, well, how do you even do this? Because I've tried to move things around. They don't move. So here's what I've got on my own. I've got 8 small buttons with 4 scenes and with 4 of my most used light bulbs and plugs and stuff, right? And I can just go in and turn them on and off. Well, if you discover in your control panel that you have a home screen and you can't move, this is what you got to do. You got to press and hold the screen, and then instead of adding a control or doing all this stuff, tap on the giant blurb of stuff here and it'll flip around, and there it will show you use recommended, and then you can choose what to show. You want to turn that stupid recommended off, and now you can go in there and add whatever you want. I want that one, I want this one. And once you add them, and you go back in here, you can move them around. And I mean, I only have 3, but you can change the shape and size and all that stuff. So turn off use recommended, and you can customize. Now I've just messed this thing up, but I just added it for this this example. But I don't know that I did a great job explaining this. But in control panel, if you notice controls are moving around, icons are moving around, whatever's moving around, tap and hold, go into edit mode, tap the item, get the screen that flips around, and turn off use suggested. Because Apple, you're not there yet. That's all I got to say.
Yes, yes. And hey, Grandma says iOS version envy, and people are more consistent and predictable than Apple thinks they are. Yes, this is
and I keep
very true.
Let me talk amongst yourselves. Let me type. I always say this quote, but it might be wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's a great tip. I need to do more. And it's a great reminder on the iOS 18 with the control center customization that you can do a lot in there and create those different pages. And I need to get, I think I turned off the home page, but as I get more of these devices like you, it's not just my front door anymore. I've got, you know, my smart plugs and all of that I want to be able to access.
I found the quote that I was going to say, and I attribute it to Einstein, but it may not be his after I take a look at this article. So it is, everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler.
Yes.
And I think whoever quoted that is up for debate, but the quote is amazing. And what it means, Apple, make it simple, but don't make it simpler by automatically moving around the stupid buttons based on what you think people need, because you've gone too far.
Yes, yes, indeed. The one place where it is helpful is like in Spotlight, when you go into, you know, search for something on your phone by dragging down from the middle of the screen, it will have Siri suggestions in there, which it's pretty good. YouTube and YouTube Studio are the top 2, and those are the ones that I go into most. Or in settings, they've come up with, if you go into search, it'll give you some suggestions of settings that you commonly go into. Search, yes, give me some suggestions for things I currently do. A screen,
a page of buttons to turn things on and off.
No, I want to be able to do that in the dark, in my sleep, anywhere else. That muscle memory, like if I get, every once in a while, something will get messed up on my, you know, home screen as far as where my apps are, and it'll just be one off, and I'm like, oh, or if I change something, it'll take a good 3 or 4 days before I can adjust to that new placement of something, because you just get in that habit of getting in there so quickly. So great tip. Thank you for that
one. And if you need more info on how to do it, just let me know.
Yes, yes. Well, that brings us to everyone's, Producer Todd, they never move the buttons on my shuffle. Yes,
Oh,
physical
oh, how
buttons.
often is he going to bring that up and throw
I
that in our
did hear a
face?
rumor that they're going to future iPhones might bring more like action buttons or more buttons. Everybody was saying they were going to get rid of all the buttons, physical buttons on your phone, but they're saying there might be
I don't think that's going to be the
more
case.
buttons coming, which does remind me of my new iPad Air and the dynamic volume buttons. That one pains me. I need to rant at Apple more about that. But now we can get to everyone's favorite segment, just the headlines.
I was here's the driveway cam, but I was messing around with the web. Oh shoot. I think I can stack the windows so that I have our chat in the window here, but then our heads are going to be covering it. So more on this later, but I'm gonna try to
We're gonna be like all those streamers that have 25 different windows going
Yeah.
at every time with their prize bucket and their chat and their
Yeah. But anyway, you'll notice, look in the reflection of the old rocket there, the black rocket.
Yeah.
You'll see a green on the left and a red on the right. Using Control Center, well, you can't watch this part. But,
and I will also note, if you look to the left of the screen, you will still see Dave's pumpkin on the porch.
Yeah, there it is. But I can do. Oh man, I need to. Let me talk. I'm having the same stroke you did. So watch this. So like the driveway light on the right, I can make that green.
Oh.
Did you see it turn green? It did. There it goes.
There it is.
Or it's going to turn blue. It's just really slow.
Your garage driveway lights that are reflecting on the Nissan Leaf. You got all kinds of light show going on there. So your charging light on the dashboard.
I'm using the home app to change that. So anyway, that's why it's relevant to our discussion here tonight. But yes, it is time for everyone's favorite show.
Yes, let's do it. Just the headlines.
Brain rot named Oxford Word of the Year 2024.
For moon missions, researchers test a 3D printable waterless concrete.
Amid Europe's energy crisis, the Dutch tulip farmer is swapping gas for heat from Bitcoin mining. Say that 5 times fast.
Yes. ISPs offer such excellent customer service, they don't need regulating, say ISPs.
Of course they do. New York City's Museum of Ice Cream sued after a man claims injury jumping into the sprinkle pool.
And scientists baffled as orcas seem to revive an 80s trend, dead salmon hats. And those are just the headlines. Wow, what a smattering of news we had there.
So I saw that one with orcas wearing salmons as hats, and I was like, I got to put that in there. What a nonsensical sentence, but it's an interesting article.
I'm wondering if I have any salmon trucker hats in the collection somewhere. And I think something might have gotten cut out of the headline on the Dutch tulip farmer. He is heating his tulips in his greenhouse, not using gas heat, but he's using the heat from Bitcoin mining. So his greenhouses, and what a Dutch headline, a tulip farmer's heating his greenhouse with Bitcoin mining.
Well, that's where, a lot of the tulips come from.
Yes, the Dutch. And that one Holland. For producer Todd, he's probably running. He just retracted a message. He's probably running to put on his wooden clogs and get some...
He's going to send us a photo of him farming tulips.
Oh, my goodness. And get his, what are the cookies called? The Dutch not the Royal Dutch cookies, but the man, our brains are working excellent this evening. They're called.
I don't know about the Dutch cookie. This is news to me.
No, you do know. I'm going through. I found a
if it
list
isn't
of
chocolate chip
waffles.
Oh, a
Stroop waffles.
waffle, of course.
Yeah,
I
came in number 4 on this list of Dutch cookies. Producer Todd, how do you feel about that? He said. I saw Orca salmon hat open for Ben Folds 5, and Stroopwafel is the cookie.
Yeah, he nailed it. So
I'm going to add to my list of hat ideas salmon hat. I have an Apple Note of hats to make if I don't already have one, and I'm going to add in. I do need to make a catfish hat since everybody calls me a catfish on Instagram with these things.
Well, I think that'd be a good password. Orca salmon hat.
Like Orcas, everybody use that.
No one's going to figure that password out.
Yes, Ben I'm going 5. To put.
Hey, a little side note, a sidestep, if you will, on the Ben Folds 5. I purchased this this lovely little iPod Shuffle, of which this is the 3rd black one I believe I have of this, but I couldn't pass it up. It was cheap, and I was listening to some music on the way home off of this, and Ben Folds 5 was on there. And I always thought to myself, I don't really like the Ben Folds 5. And so I was giving it a good college try to listen and be like, am I just wrong? No, they're terrible. I hate them. So there you go.
Wow.
Defend
it bold statements. Todd. I will remind people we are the most nonpartisan tech podcast on the internet. I feel like I have to apologize with Dave coming on the hot takes about Ben Folds 5.
Well, I mean, it's just, here's Ben Folds 5. It's just a guy like any other guy singing songs. It's just a guy. There's nothing.
Yeah. You're just jealous that Dave Folds 5, your music has not garnered the attention that Ben Folds 5 has.
Even though my children have asked me many times, I have yet to post my music publicly on
Facebook, get it out there on the Spotify. Put it on Spotify. Get that listening money. You can get.
I could get
what is it? 0.00001 cents per listen or something like that.
Yeah, I could. I mean, in a few years, I could get something. Hey, Grandma says Ben Folds 5. How do you spell it? Never heard of them. Him. I mean, you spelled it correctly.
You spelled it correctly. Yeah, look him up.
Ben Folds is the guy, and I think there's 5 people in his group, so it's the Ben Folds 5. Also, a very presumptuous name, like the Dave Baylor 5. You know,
yes.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Song
Ben.
for the Dumped is what comes up under his popular songs on Google. I am familiar with him. I do not listen to him often. Formed in 1993. Ben Folds 5 because I didn't think anyone would get a Dead Kennedys reference, and it had 3 words like Orca salmon hat. I hate all that 90s college rock. Ooh, man, we've struck a nerve.
Solidarity then, Todd, you and me, all the way. We'll fight. Internet fight. Come on, bring us on.
Yes. And and the headline on Google, it says, Ben Folds 5, rock trio.
What? Now I'm confused. I thought.
Yes.
Was I confused before?
Yes.
What is the 5 now? Man, I'm going to have to do a deep dive on an artist that I do not like.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah. Report back on that next week.
I'm guessing Elliot, when he listens to this, he's going to be like, I love the Ben Folds 5.
But he does have a upcoming Slayer Christmas album, which next week I will have links for everybody for the updated Amazingly Awkward Christmas playlist that I have put together. I used to burn CDs to physically put in people's hand and create album artwork, but now I have created a streaming playlist. I've been working on updating that with new entries from 2024. Yes, famous artists are still making new Christmas albums in 2024.
Of course they are.
Because it just prints money. And yes, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas is back to the top of every list. So she will be printing money for the next 22 days.
I was looking for this. I actually, from the guy I bought the iPod from, I bought another one of
Oh,
these.
Super Drive.
So if you need to hook 3 of them up to your computer to burn
Yes,
your awkward
burn.
CD, you could do 3 at a
No,
time.
I refuse to burn physical media. If you ask nicely, I might do a thumb drive with the playlist, but streaming is here, and that's where I'm putting it. And I think you can listen free on Spotify, but I think I did Spotify Tidal, TID.
Is that
It's
still
not
a thing?
Title, it's Tidal, which integrates with my DJ software, so I am a subscriber. Maybe Amazon Music I put it on, iTunes.
Do all of these services have all of those songs, or is it some of them missing?
Most of them. There's a couple that I have not been able to find, like some of the ones from random Z100 Christmas parody songs. And also, I am sad, and I have encouraged him to do so, but Michael Peterson made a Christmas album, friend of the show, and it is not available on those streaming services. I think he has it on SoundCloud, but his good King Wenceslas is not to be missed. So
there's some comments in the chat there.
Yes. Producer Todd, hey, Grandma was talking about Ben Folds 5 more. Producer Todd, you need to make a YouTube playlist for those of us without Spotify or Apple Music. And Portland Legend and my friend Storm Large just put out a Christmas album. Thanks for the note on that. Send me a text about that, Dave's or Todd, so I remember. Or Dave, if you want to send me a text about it.
I do not.
I will get her added, and I will try to do a YouTube playlist because they do have YouTube music. And I believe producer Todd is possibly a YouTube premium subscriber now, which gives you access to YouTube music. And hey, Grandma, Nate, what am I going to do with my husband's 10 million CDs? And I am not the one to ask because I have a very large Gateway computer box, the cow printed computer box in my garage full of CDs. And about once a year, I look at that box. It's right in the front, right in the way of my garage. I go, I should get rid of these. And then I start going through it and I'm like, I could never get rid of this one. I could never get rid of this one. And thus
I will tell
CDs
you though
exist.
That her husband, I have seen the collection, or at least part of the collection, is very impressive. So
yeah,
you might want some of it.
Yeah, maybe I'll pay. I think the last time I checked into it, there was some service that would maybe give you 25 cents a CD.
Really?
Which feels like a crime.
What's the place
Everyday
down off of
music.
Burnside or somewhere? Yeah.
I don't know that they will any longer buy CDs. I'm not sure on that, but yeah, that's a tough one. But let us move on to our takes of the week. Then we'll scroll there after producer Todd's comment. I don't think I get YouTube music, or at least I don't use it, but you can create playlists on your channel and anyone can watch, listen. You just link YouTube videos to create it. So yeah, I will look into that. And hey, Grandma says, Dave knows why I'm laughing.
Yeah, there's
quite
a few
jokes.
I don't even know about 10 million. That might be an actual number.
I don't know. It could be. Our first take as we move closer to or in the holiday season. I have a funny story on this one, but Apple released a heartwarming holiday video showcasing AirPods Pro 2 hearing aid feature. So you watch the commercial and it's a Christmas setting and the kids are around and the dad is having problems hearing that. And the wife comes over and taps him on the shoulder and says, honey, put in your AirPods Pro 2 and everything becomes crystal clear and he's able to enjoy life again. Well, on Thanksgiving, I was over at my parents' house and my dad and my brother and I were watching football and this commercial came on. Well, we had the TV muted. And so my dad's just sitting there watching the commercial and he's like, wait a second. So that guy, his kids are wanting to interact with him and play music for him, and he just puts his AirPods in to tune it out. So this video is a great example of if you don't have audio, it has a completely different meaning. And I said, nope, let's rewind, do this again. Now it makes a lot more sense that the AirPods are providing, which there is going to be social stigma as more and more people do this. And I have not done the hearing test with my AirPods yet. I will do that by next week and report back on this new FDA approved hearing aid feature with the AirPods Pro 2.
Well, mine are in the mail, so hopefully.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, so it is a heartwarming ad. I challenge you to watch it with the audio on and not get a little sweaty in the eyes, because I sure did the first time I watched it, and I might even get emotional now.
I'm gonna take that challenge, because heart of stone right here.
Yeah. Oh, but the next one is another Apple holiday, and this one might bring some tears to your eye, Dave. A 300-foot high Wallace and Gromit animation created on iPhone 16 on show at Apple's UK campus.
I do love me some Wallace and Gromit.
Yes, I thought
Gromit.
I thought that was the case, but they have Apple described it as a joyful project. This holiday season, Wallace and Gromit have decorated London's Battersea Power Station from 5 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. today, and every day until New Year's Eve. A pair of Christmas trees will light up the 2 wash towers on the landmark's river-facing facade. Visitors will see the 2 characters decorate the giant trees in inimitable styles, despite the intervention of the mischievous Feathers McGraw. That was a whole bunch of words.
That was a lot of words. Yes. So I'm going to have to check this out, because this looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Every frame was shot using ProRAW, then turned into a 6K video. Used iPhone 16 Pro Max to create a short animation that transforms the chimneys. Yeah, so motorized head on set to capture 2 angles of the Christmas trees, shooting a total of 6,000 frames. 8 iPhone 16 Pro Max devices use the 5x telephoto camera to shoot the super high resolution images.
I want to see video. I looked through the page here. There's just the picture.
Yeah, there's the one image. I did see, I think, somewhere on social media. I don't know if they've released anything. If I go over to Apple's link there,
it's pretty cool.
They show some behind the scenes. So yeah, using stop motion of Wallace and Gromit, he created this thing. But
Wallace and Gromit is good stuff. We used to
watch that for our kids. And another note, Apple inaugurated its UK headquarters in a new Apple store at London's Battersea Power Station in 2023. The company's deepening commitment now sees it support more than 550,000 jobs in the UK. The 500,000 square foot, 6-story UK headquarters runs on 100% renewable energy and has been designed around collaboration, inclusivity, wellness, and sustainability.
Wow.
So who knew?
Who knew?
Who knew? And next one is a little piece of follow-up. I think we have a sounder for that one somewhere that you've probably hidden, since we don't really do follow-up anymore. So I'll just keep talking like I'm giving you a little time to look around. There it is. The official follow-up sound.
Yeah, I don't have the follow-up sound. Sorry about that. We took it away.
But Nintendo relaunches Animal Crossing on iPhone as paid game with no in-app purchases. So we talked about this, the Animal Crossing Pocket Camp.
Yes.
That was a game that my wife and daughter played a lot on the iPhone. I played it some with them.
Both of us.
A fun little whimsical Animal Crossing. Well, they have released it as a one-time upfront purchase. Currently, the price is $9.99, but that's only an introductory rate. It'll go up to $20 on January 30th. But there is no in-app purchases, so everything is unlocked. I did read through the article. You can import your data, because I was thinking if you played the old one for hours and hours and hours and unlocked all this stuff, and then you have to go back. Well, nope, you can get it all passed over
I
to
got
the
you.
new one.
So it looks like here I have to download a new version of the app.
Yes, I think it is
It's $10, so
yeah, going up to $20. So it's half price right now, and
man,
there
what do I
is
do?
newly added content. And you can get your tokens and personalized player camp cards, all kinds of fun stuff.
So if
So
anybody had any guess as to what I'm going to do, um, watch me as I do
oh,
the face
we can get live view.
the
Oh,
face
there he is,
ID.
dropping it. He's supporting his
There it is.
beloved Nintendo and keeping his pocket camp alive.
Keeping it alive. Go away, Pocket Camp.
Yes. Ah,
$10, man, that's more than I wanted to pay.
yeah, yeah. They're testing the waters on how much somebody will pay. But yeah, again, if you've
Well,
invested all that time and you look at the sunk cost and
and
say, I
I
really
did
do love
not.
that game.
But here's the thing: Nintendo has been very skittish about releasing products on other platforms, and the iOS, pardon me, the iOS platform. They've got Pocket Camp. They've got the Mario
Run.
the Mario Kart, the Mario Run. So they've got three things on there, and then they had a Pokemon Go, which Nintendo doesn't own Pokemon, but they own like half of it or whatever. They're an
Yeah.
investor in it, so they are just very slow. So this hopefully will encourage them. My $10 will help Nintendo decide whether they're going to continue to produce content for other platforms. I hope they do.
Yes. Yes. In our last take of the week, I felt like this one is so true. The headline, yes, that viral LinkedIn post you read was probably AI generated. So, a new analysis estimates that over half of longer English language posts on LinkedIn are AI generated, indicating the platform's embrace of AI tools has been a success. So, and it's a little bit misleading, I would say, because yes, I think a lot of people that use LinkedIn, there's a good chance they use AI.
This is what
And
I'm
I
getting out of
wonder
the
how
article
much
here.
of it, oh, nice, some
It's just
blockers. There's a big, weird animated video image at the top of it. Can you scroll down to the article at
well,
least?
when I scroll down, I I don't know if this is the whole article. I guess it
Yeah,
is. Maybe it
yeah, there
is.
you go.
Okay.
There's just a weird video at the top that's probably it's a bunch of hands, black and white, that are going over this like retro keyboard thing. I don't
Yeah.
know
Keep
what the
describing
purpose.
it. How did it make
Yes.
you feel when you
Yeah.
saw the?
Makes me feel like I want to get down to the article, but I would say that a lot of those posts, people are using AI. I hope that they're not just AI create this, post it, that they're using AI as a tool to help them write things. Uh,
Yes.
but I don't know why it's showing a lot of Jeffrey Epstein
It's a linked video.
stuff.
It's a
Oh, and then
featured video. Yeah.
man, Wired. I don't know if I've been here in a while. They have got some annoying
Oh,
ads.
really? I don't see any of
Yeah,
those.
yes. I wonder why you got them all blocked.
I
But
do.
yeah, so again, AI is there. I just thought it was interesting. They're saying uh, the viral LinkedIn post you read was probably AI generated, which
Yeah.
I don't know. I would love to know in the comments after you hit the like button and subscribe and ring that bell is how often you use LinkedIn. I'm curious. I pop on there every once in a while. I post, a link to our show on there. I have some clients that use it quite a bit, but it feels like it should be used more. And I feel like there's people that I'm connected with on there that are using it all the time. But I just don't know. It feels like a missed opportunity. Like it should be better. And
Well,
maybe it is for people. That's what I want to know. I just feel like I'm missing something on who's using LinkedIn and how effective it is for stuff.
I think a lot of people, of course, it's business related. It's for
Yes.
business connections and networking and those type of things. The only time I ever really go there is there are a few people that I follow that will post an article or make a comment, and I'm like, oh, what did so and so say? And I
Yeah,
click it, and
you'll
it's
get the
like,
notification or the
yeah.
email saying,
And 9 times out of 10, it's, I'd like to welcome so and so to our team,
yeah,
or I highly recommend so and so for media management or whatever. There's a lot of incestuous type
yes,
stuff going on there. It's like everybody recommends everybody else for everything, and everybody knows everybody. So it's like a little clique of
yeah,
people.
yes. I would agree on that. Just feel like it. There could be another use for it, or like I have some clients that are, business to business, so they sell products or services to other businesses, and I'm like, well, business people are on LinkedIn, and I'm like, but are they? And is it just? Here's my assumption: LinkedIn is all people that are selling products or services to other businesses, hoping that people will see their stuff and
Yeah.
utilize them. But that's my ramble of the week, my curiosity of the week.
Yeah. While you were
Uh,
pontificating, I popped up the thing, and I was just going to show you some footage of the game, but it says continue with the data or start
oh
fresh.
yes, you have to do it through your Nintendo account. I did read that in an article.
But
So
here's the thing, I haven't touched this game in like 6 years. I think I'm just
yeah,
going to start fresh.
just start
My
fresh and
cool
start new.
van
Yeah, you
I
weren't.
got or whatever, I'm just starting fresh.
Yeah,
And
do
it's
it.
warning me, it says this will start a new game. Continue. There it is. Oh man, look
Ah,
at that. I can decorate my campsite. Here's the old guy with the guitar that's in all the games. I can't remember his name.
yeah.
Yes. Well,
But here was my biggest problem with Pocket Camp is they would put a lot of text on the screen and they do the
yeah, yeah.
just mimicking actual
Yeah.
voice. Well, when we were involved with that was prior to Isla being able to read. So whenever she was playing it, I was also playing it because I had to read every screen to her.
I see.
So I
Cuz
might have a different feeling now that she is an excellent
what does
reader.
it say, Daddy? It's just going
Yes. Yeah, read it. And that's why I have a little negative.
Yeah. Well, you
I'm being
probably know it better
triggered
than
by
me.
seeing that screen.
I think I just went next, 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 next,
Yeah.
next.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a fun
Ah,
game. Is it worth $10?
it
Who
is.
knows? I'll let you know next week.
Yes. Well, on to our bonus odd take of the week. Another one, man, this one is maybe the most useless one we've ever had. It is a website called
Impossible.
infinitescroll.com, not infinite scroll, the websites that we don't like because you can never get to the end of them. This
Okay.
one is an infinite stroll. So you just
Scroll up.
go scroll up the page, and there are some footprints and other little clip art emoji type things, and it just goes
It's like you're on a
forever.
little
You can
walk.
Yeah, yeah, and there's
What's gonna
extra feet sometimes, and the feet go all over the place. But I was on there quite a while earlier, actually yesterday, and I couldn't get it to do anything. And I also noticed a lot of times on these weird, wacky websites at the top, it'll have like a little about or a why or something. This one,
nothing, huh?
nothing,
They
nothing.
need to make this a screensaver so that
Yeah,
when my computer goes to sleep, it'll just be an infinite scroll of
yeah.
this stuff.
Yes, I will put it in the chat as long as you're able to go stroll without interrupting your viewing of the video. But
Well,
man,
for those of you who want to stay on after the show's done, I'm just going to do this till I get to the end.
yeah, we'll do an extra hour of infinite strolling
Yeah.
at the end of the show to help our YouTube numbers.
I was kind of hoping that there'd be you advertise different footprints or different icons.
Yeah,
There are
give me
literally
an
like six
upgrade
different
or
things. There's nothing.
put an ad on there, a little billboard, at least make some money off this. I just don't.
There's some
Ooh, I know what I'm
mushrooms.
going to do. I'm going to pro tip, right
Okay.
click and hit view page source. And There is literally no information there. It gives you
eyeballs. So, when you watch something for a long time and
oh
then
yeah.
you look at something else, everything looks like it's moving. That it's doing that to my eyes right now. My whole screen looks like
There
it's
is
going down.
no helpful information about who did this. It gives you the very basic meta information,
Look
and
at
then the
that
body
tight
is
code.
yes.
So
The
everything
infinite stroll.javascript is what runs it. Now that's probably not tight code. No,
What
that's
is this Google Tag Manager? Is that a thing?
that might be for like Google Analytics or just something there.
They've got the social media, infinitescroll.com. Yeah, there's nothing.
Nothing. Even the JavaScript code is very clean. If you click on that at the end of the code there, the infinite underscore stroll.js, it is a very short amount of code that runs this site. If you want to learn some JavaScript,
I need to take a month off work and just learn JavaScript.
That sounds ridiculous.
I mean, it's a good thing to know.
Yeah.
Like if I knew it, I could understand what this page is showing me right now. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. infinitestroll.com. Go check it out and support nothing when you go there.
Support the guy that does nothing.
The guy that does nothing. Well, you know who the guys are that do everything?
What's that?
Our pigs. That segue broke.
That was
a broken segue.
The worst segues I have ever heard, but
I will take it. I deserve that.
So my pick this week, I actually have it up here. You're going to say this is a little different than normal. And I hope that my wife's not watching because it's a Christmas present for her. Nate, do you play card games?
On occasion, I do enjoy a good card game.
My in-laws love card games so much. And my wife grew up playing card games. I'm more of a board game type guy, or definitely a video game type guy. Yes. I will play some card games, but after 1 or 2 rounds, I'm like, okay, wash, rinse, repeat. Why are we doing this for hours? But it's good to play these games with a good set of cards. And I will introduce you to the Bicycle Prestige Waterproof Plastic Playing Cards, red and blue. Colors may vary, so you don't. It's like a crapshoot. You don't know what you're going to get. But these are plastic playing cards. And they are waterproof. If you spill something on them, they are like
if you drop them in the toilet, like we were talking about with AirPods.
If you wash them accidentally in your washer, but they slide very well, sometimes too well. They'll slide off the table. The color does not rub off, from the cards. They don't wear out. They don't bend. I mean, if you bend them too far, they will break. And famously, the reason I am getting this set of cards is because we have a set, and one of the queens it's the queen. Yeah, it's not pictured here, but it's the Queen of Hearts, I think. The little corner is chipped off. It got broken somehow. And so whenever you deal out the cards, you always know who has the Queen of Hearts.
Marked it. It was probably Val. She was marking the cards. That Queen of Hearts. You got to get that one.
Well, and here's another little pro tip. We had a set of these cards years ago, but you know how kids are. Cards went missing. It's like we got everything but the ace of spades. Like, this is worthless. Yeah. And so she threw them away. And I was like, why did you do that? Because if she would have kept them, we could have replaced the broken queen with the old set, But she likes to throw everything away. They could have been backup cards.
Yeah. Never throw anything away. Pro tip.
I mean, they had to be the same color, of course. If it's blue and everything else is red,
but you still might know it's the Queen of Hearts.
They sell these at Target. They sell them at Walmart. They were out of stock, so I ordered them on Amazon, as one does. But if you can control the color, that's my little pro tip. Keep them around in case you need to swap them out. But these cards last 4 years. They're a little spendy, but my gosh.
Well worth it.
It's well worth it. It's well worth it. They're
nice.
Great cards.
And hey, Grandma said you can play cards with the ones Dave is getting while wearing your water-resistant buds in the rain.
That's
Yes,
true. You can do this
the
outside.
Pacific Northwest playing cards.
You know what? This hat reminds me of a longshoreman, and the longshoremen work on the coast. And on the coast, it rains a lot. And on the boats, there's water splashing. So if you're a longshoreman, get your waterproof AirPods and your cards, and Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, that's perfect. We've been talking about off the air that we want to work on our longshoreman demographic. So
yeah, well, we're trying to get those guys to listen.
Yes, very nice. I like it.
What do you got for us this week, my friend?
My pick of the week, I have talked over the years about in my car, I have a MagSafe charger, but it's an Apple MagSafe cable, and then this little adapter I got, and then a dash mount thing, and blah, 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 blah. Way too confusing. So when I saw this little deal come up online, I went for it. It is the Cellhelmet, everybody's favorite brand, the Cellhelmet USB-C dash mount kit. This works MagSafe. I've got a phone around here somewhere. It's got the MagSafe on there.
Look at that.
So now I was looking at this, and this is another little pro tip for you. I got this off Side Deal. Well, I actually didn't get it on Side Deal. I got it on meh.com. You might remember years ago, a daily deal site. What's the other one that it was the owners, they sold to Amazon? Woot.
Yeah.
There was Woot. These guys started Woot. They sold that to Amazon. Then they started Meh. And sidedeal.com is kind of the overflow of their daily deals.
So it's like crap that Amazon can't sell flows into something else that they can't sell, and then it flows into this. So this is like the Goodwill bins.
Yes, basically it's the Goodwill bins of the internet. But I was able to get a 2-pack of these for $20. I went and looked on Amazon. They're $35 a piece on Amazon. It doesn't look like they really sell them on Amazon. But yeah, I tested it out. It works great to charge your phone. Now there's all kinds of MagSafe different mounts, but a lot of them don't have charging. And if I got my phone in the car, I'd like it to be charging, and I don't want to deal with another cable. So this all-in-one, Bob's your uncle, and you can charge your phone and use MagSafe.
That's great.
And it came with something that other people have mentioned is like the suction dash mount. It's like, well, my dash is this weird material. It came with this little plastic disc with some 3M so that you could stick it and then mount the suction cup.
Okay.
And if your phone has wireless charging but does not have MagSafe.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. It came with a little adhesive ring that you can have, like similar to a previous pick, that if your phone doesn't have the magnets or the metal in the right spot. Oh, and I've got some courtesy of Isla, some eyes on the back of my phone.
Of course. Nice. Way to go, Isla.
Sidedeal.com. They get some random stuff there, but every once in a while I'll go look through and see. And they do have those there right now. So I would not recommend buying them on Amazon at $35.
We got some not safe for work image.
Cyber Week.
Yeah, here it is. Look, you can get a 1200 watt generator and a 200 watt solar panel bundle for only the low price of $599.
Which is a pretty good deal for
if you're
getting the solar panels and everything.
$1,900, holy Toledo.
Yeah, but some very off-brand stuff usually and everything, but some good gadgets. But
that's kind of my long-term goal for solar, is to get free or very highly discounted panels and batteries that other people have used that upgraded, because unless you're a very young person who buys in early, you'll be dead before you pay off the investment. So that's my goal.
Especially in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. And if you're in Arizona, get it. Yeah. Don't hesitate. But I try to look for some deals on that stuff. Yes. But they've got, I'm looking now. I was looking for a dash cam the other day. Here's one. All kinds of stuff. I might have to check out the side
Go
deal.
through and do some shopping. So yeah, meh.com, meh.com. You just get one daily deal every night, 9 p.m. Pacific. They launch a new deal. They've got some cat food right now. But tonight at 9 o'clock, they'll switch to something new, and then stuff they don't sell ends up over on Side Deal. But if you would...
Oh, come on.
If you would like either of our picks, you can head over to notpicks.com, and I've got a Ramazon purchase because you guys keep using that Amazon affiliate link, and we love it. But this week, somebody purchased it's loading, carbon monoxide detector plug-in wall Wesh LGD portable carbon monoxide detector for travel, 3-in-1 CO detector for home and travel camping, CO gas meter, temperature, humidity sensor.
Wow.
And this is one fancy, and it's I had never thought about that, a travel carbon monoxide detector that you can take with you.
I know what this is. This is Wes and his little travel campers that they do.
Oh yeah,
and
they're
have
upgrading
propane or some other type of gas. It's probably so you don't kill yourself when you're using the thing.
There you go. But yeah, great little product. If that was you that purchased this through our Amazon affiliate link, let us know. Let us know what you think. 4.5 stars on 624 ratings, $27 for peace of mind. What price can you put on peace of mind?
Man, I need to develop a product like this where you can take that little nugget and say, what is your life? What are your children worth?
Yeah.
They're priceless. Yes. You need to pay me $20,000 for this product.
Exactly. Well, with that, we're going to wrap up this episode. Thank you so much for everybody that joined us live Tuesday nights at 6:30, later on YouTube or in your favorite podcast app. Now get out there and tech better.